Welcome back to this episode on emotional health and social health. In the previous episode, we saw how various secondary emotional disturbances arise because of our insistent attitude of attachment or aversion. In this episode, we shall see how to bring about the change from unrealistic belief to realistic beliefs. It is in 4 simple steps. The first step is note down all your emotional disturbances. Maintain a diary in which you write all your emotional reactions. If you're feeling anxious, you're feeling sad, you're feeling angry, write it down. Today, you can even use certain mobile apps to maintain this record. This will serve 2 purposes. One, the writing itself, the recording itself is a form of ventilation which will unburden you. And 2, this material will serve as the raw matter for our self-analytical technique. In the second step, find the 2 causes of our emotional disturbance. We had seen earlier that every disturbance, there are 2 causes, external and internal. The external cause is the situation in the environment. Like for instance, say, I get angry when somebody criticizes me. So what is the first step?
Emotion.
Yeah, which is the emotion?
Anger.
Anger. Now, this anger has 2 causes, external and internal. So what is the external cause of this anger? Criticism. If nobody had criticized me, I would not get angry. Now, what is the internal cause? The internal cause is my aversion to the criticism. And aversion and attachment go hand in hand. Whatever you're averse to, you're attached to the opposite. So there is aversion to criticism and attachment to the opposite of criticism, which is appreciation, praise. Now these attitudes of attachment and aversion are based on some belief of mine. So in the third step, trace the attachment and aversion to roots in the belief. So what is the belief behind this attitudes of attachment and aversion?
Nobody should criticize you.
Yes, people are free to praise me, but nobody should criticize me. Is it realistic or unrealistic?
Unrealistic.
Why unrealistic?
Because you don't know, people will criticize you.
Yeah, so people may praise me or may criticize me.
Both the things are possible.
Correct. So then the realistic belief would be what we just said.
People
May praise me or may criticize me. Then what will happen? If I change my belief from the unrealistic belief to the realistic belief that people may praise me or may criticize me, then what will happen? Even when somebody criticizes me, I will not get angry. Even if somebody praises me, I will not get puffed up. The situation has not changed, but my attitude to the situation has changed, and therefore my reaction to the situation has changed. In this manner, we keep on detecting our flaws in our beliefs and keep on rectifying them. Then what will happen? No situation will ever upset you. You take all situations in your stride and remain at peace, whatever be the circumstances around. When will others praise me?
When they feel good about something or if they like something.
Convince them.
Yeah,
You will do the
You
work
do-
according to their likings.
according to their beliefs.
Yeah.
So, how many people am I going to be able to satisfy?
Please others.
And I may have conflicting demands. Whom am I going to please? If I please one person, the other is annoyed. If I try to now please him, the first one gets annoyed. So, is it possible to please everybody?
No.
Is it necessary?
No.
Yet we do it.
Yet we do it. Why do we do it? Because we want our image in their eyes should always be good. Now, when will our image in their eyes be good?
If we
When
please
they,
According to them.
when they start
The
appreciating.
classic example will be of husband. If he pleases wife, mother gets.
True.
If he pleases mother, then wife gets another.
Correct. Caught in the crossfire.
Or appreciates also.
True. So, when we receive criticism, we have to evaluate from the realistic standpoint that whether there is really a flaw in me or not, rectify it. But if we find there is no such flaw, then take it in one ear and take it out the other ear. But what do? We take it in one ear and then store it here in the heart. And the person who has said it has forgotten. But you keep on remembering and get upset. Who is the loser? So, do you want to pay that price?
No.
No. So, in this manner, we analyze all our disturbances and remove the unrealistic belief behind every disturbance. Mind you, while you deal with it in this fashion, you should also consider the implications of the external cause. Let me explain. The parents are worried when the child does not study well. What is the first step? Worry. What is the external cause of that first step?
Child not
Child
studying.
Child not studying. Now, behind this external cause, there may be certain implications. Implications meaning that this is the apparent cause, but behind it, there are some other hidden causes. Like, for instance, a parent may be worried that if my child doesn't study well, his future will be bleak. So, the worry is pertaining to
Future.
bleak future. Or somebody may be worried that if my child doesn't study well and does not get good marks, then my reputation in the society will be ruined. So, what is he worried about?
Reputation.
Reputation in the society. Or some other parent may be worried that if my child doesn't study well and he fails in the exam, then I will have to pay unnecessary double fees. So, what is the real cause for the worry? Unnecessary loss of money. So, behind every external cause, there can be implications. If there are, then they too need to be dealt with in the similar manner. Because if it is not dealt with, the susceptibility still remains. So, when you analyze your disturbances and identify the external cause, also identify the implications behind these external causes and deal with them as well. Let us illustrate that. When the child doesn't study well, the parents are worried. The first step is
Worry.
worry. What is the external cause? Child not studying well. What is the internal cause?
Attachment to child studying well
Yeah,
and aversion to child not studying.
correct. What is the belief behind this attachment and aversion?
The child should study well.
Study well.
Realistic, unrealistic?
Unrealistic.
Why unrealistic?
Because not everybody can get good marks.
True.
You not accepting the
Which faculty has to be strong for the person to get good marks?
Retentive.
So if the child's retentive faculty is not strong enough, he will not be able to procure good marks. But then, if this faculty is weak, then some other faculty is strong. So try to develop what he is good at and not harp on what is his weakness. So suppose we sow a seed and don't water it. What will happen?
It will not grow.
It will not grow. And suppose there is no seed and we keep on watering the place. What will happen?
The result will be same.
Again, no growth takes place. For the growth to occur, both are necessary. The presence of the seed and watering. Parenting is only watering. What is going to grow from it is already pre-decided. Like say, when a person is watering the plant, expecting roses out of it, but instead of roses, he gets some other flower, then he's disappointed. Why? Because in his opinion, rose is the best flower, all other flowers are inferior to it. But if he believes rose and all the flowers are equally good, then there is going to be no disappointment. So, we have to perform our duty. In the pursuit of your duty, you get various types of results. Learn to accept whatever results you get. Because those are already predetermined. So, our expectations from our children have to be based on reality. We have to encourage whatever talents they have and not try to harp on their weakness because that is our favorite. So, expecting the child to study when the child is not capable of studying but is capable of some other activity, we have to give up our insistence on the child performing well in studies. So, what would be the realistic belief?
Child may study, may not study.
You are content with either of them.
So today it's not about faculty, it's about cell phone. Child is not studying because he's busy watching something on the cell.
True?
So
True.
what to do for that?
True. Now, in dealing with such children, you have to try various means to inculcate in him or her the importance of studies. Now, usually what happens, we use only one technique that suits us. But it may not necessarily suit the child.
Child. Okay.
So now you have to change your handling method. And for that, you will need to exercise self-control. We have to use Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. But usually what happens? We use only the technique that suits us, which does not apply to the child. Once I told one such parent to give incentives to the child. The parent protested, ki nahi, I don't want to make him corrupt. But he's already corrupt. Use it for his benefit.
Use it as a tool.
As a tool. This happens because we have categorized activities into two groups, good and bad. What suits us is good, what doesn't suit us is bad. Now, once we have labeled it as bad, we don't even use it when required. There's a flaw in this. We say telling lies is bad, stealing is bad, killing somebody is bad. Now, in killing somebody really bad?
It is no, sir.
Then why do we decorate our soldiers? What are they doing?
They are protecting
Protecting
country.
the country.
But they are killing the enemies.
Okay.
To save themselves from this
So
borders.
the more he has killed, the higher the medal he gets. But the same soldier kills somebody else in civilian life.
Yeah.
Will he get a medal?
No, no.
No,
He will be
they
punished.
He'll be punished.
behind the bars.
Now the killing was same.
But that
What was the
lawful-
difference?
Lawful, that is.
Intention.
The purpose. When he killed the enemy soldier on the battlefront, that was his duty. If he doesn't perform his duty, then he's a deserter and will be court-martialed. But the same soldier in civilian life kills somebody else not as a matter of duty but out of anger or jealousy,
It's a
and
crime.
therefore liable to punishment. So the action per se is not right or wrong. It is the motive behind the action that makes it right or wrong. So that holds true even when you disapprove of somebody else doing to you, because we fail to see the motive behind the action. Like say when the child comes home late, most parents will start scolding and most children will get annoyed. They are not seeing the concern behind the scolding. So when you see the motives behind the action, then you are not going to get provoked by it. So, our emotional disturbances are indicators that there is something wrong in our outlook, and it is helping us to change our outlook in life. In the present episode, we saw the application of the introspective self-analytical technique using some hypothetical examples. In the next episode, we shall see the application of this same technique on examples contributed by you people.